Oh gosh. Oh man, this is not gonna be good. We fall back. I can't, no. Alright, get these guys out now. Wait, oh shoot, I see your units over there too. Surprising. Oh shoot, I didn't see him with the, oh gosh. And that's actually pretty good. Nice, dude. What's up everyone, I'm JK, your own strategist from YouTube and on Twitch. If you guys don't know me, I'm an RTS coach for beginners basically. If you guys do want to learn more about the beginners or the basics of RTS games, or you guys are struggling in the basics of learning how to play them in general, you know, I'm the man to go for basically. Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below what other guides you guys want me to do basically. And if you guys are interested of the RTS program that I do usually, and it's for free, you guys can go to my Discord, link is below in the description, and you can DM me of basically like what you want to do, basically like which game do you want to try to learn. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get started on this student. So last couple weeks before, so that was like probably like in October, I had my first final RTS session. It's like a 1v1 with one of my students basically. It was basically his name was basically that Y-Wing guy basically. So his stuff was pretty good, to be honest. You know, he had a lot of stuff to improve on because he was pretty much busy, but other than that, it was pretty good, to be honest. Now we have our second student. So I did my second final RTS session of a 1v1 with a guy named Rectnoob, I believe. I'm just gonna do Rectnoob. I think he has a number, but well, we'll just call him Rectnoob basically. But basically what it is with Rectnoob is basically he was having problems with playing of an RTS game called Medieval 2 Total War basically. I believe that's what it's called. It's basically like an older RTS game. I believe it's older than Empire War than I did with that one guy. Basically, Medieval 2 Total War is more of a more complex approach than Empire War basically, because there's more units, there's more strategy involved with it basically, more kind of like environmental factors that do factor in your victory or your defeat. And Rectnoob was one of the students that really needed help with trying to trying to learn this game even more further basically. So his first week basically was a little bit like below average because of the fact there were many problems to his strategy or his style of playing Medieval 2 Total War basically. A majority of the time he wanted to know how to play France. As you guys don't know, if you guys have played Medieval 2 Total War, is basically France is more heavily armed with heavy cavalry basically. That's what they are armed with, and with pretty good crossbowmen basically. The only problem is he didn't diversify his units, to be honest. You know, he only used a couple of horsemen and then just a couple of like crossbowmen, you know. So a lot of missile infantry and a lot of cavalry. But the problem is there's no infantry to back them up with it basically. As you guys know, you always need infantry, to be honest, when it comes to Medieval 2 Total War. Some games such as like Rome 2, some other games as well, I don't know which ones, but majority time Rome 2, you don't really need infantry when it comes to like cavalry focused factions such as the Scythians, the Parthians, sometimes like majority time Bactrians, but you do need to rely on infantry for those basically. But for those factions, you don't really need to rely on infantry for the majority time because the quality of the cavalry is really exponential, like really high up basically. Their infantry, no. But when it comes to France, they're kind of the exception when it comes to their infantry as well. As much as they're not really good or majority of them are expensive to like even buy, they are the ones that you really need in order to beat someone basically. You know, you can't go in, deploy a tank without infantry. It doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter if you have tanks or not, you need to back them up with infantry. That's always been the rule number one. Even chariots, you know, during the early years basically, they had one person to back them up basically. So majority of time, like infantry was the main problem with Rectnoob. And another problem with Rectnoob, besides like the units that he wasn't using basically, was his lack of micromanaging. If you guys don't know a lot about micromanaging, you guys can go up to my video right here. Basically, it's gonna get you like 2 steps of how to effectively practice your micromanaging for beginners. Basically, if you guys really do need to micromanage, you need to basically want to like try to like master more of the RTS games that you're playing, then this is the video for you basically. But as you can see, or can't really see right now because I forgot to record, just like wowing guys, I should probably record for the next time for new students out there. If you guys are interested, I'll probably record you guys. I'm gonna record our session basically so I can use your content for more of these videos basically. And when it comes to the RTS session with Rectnoob really lacked the consistency of like trying to be able to go from one place and then look at another place. He was focusing on one place far too much. You know, I've tested this multiple times. You know, I've concentrated majority of my attacks on one side, and then I used a couple cavalries to go on the flanks basically. And he wasn't looking, so that was not really a good kind of like step for Rectnoob basically. But you know, we had 3 more weeks, you know, and basically we were able to do it, you know. And I was surprised of his improvements over the 2nd to 3rd to the 4th week basically. Like, it was incredible to be honest. So it was amazing to see Rectnoob to be able to like improve with his you know, infantry. It was impressive for me to see like, you know, his learning skills when it comes to like learning how to like see the other effective like infantries that we can use basically, and to the micromanaging as well. I was surprised he took my advice of like trying to make more varieties of his units basically in his army, you know, like with a little bit of cheaper infantry, some flanking units, and some like, you know, frontline units basically. So he really took all that into consideration when trying to reconstruct his style of play in Medieval 2 Total War. And within time basically he was like winning against other people in multiplayer, which I was pretty impressed. I was like, well done. And as you guys don't know, with the final or the 5th week of the RTS sessions, we don't really go into anything. It's gonna be your final test against me. I am gonna go all full ahead, you know, with all my knowledge that I have with RTS games against you, with all the knowledge that you guys have, with all the flaws that you guys fix basically, and we'll see if you actually fix them or not. You know, it's not a way to like actually call you out, it's a way to say, okay, yeah, keep on practicing this, my man. In the future, you know, you'll do great. Like, don't worry, you know, well, worry depending on if you're going to be in the professional area. Well, to be clear, everyone, I'm not a professional, you know, I'm just a beginner's man. I, like you guys, I'm still beginners. You know, the thing is, I've had that learning gap to go over basically, and I passed that learning gap of playing a lot of RTS games, you know, StarCraft 2, Shogun 2 Total War, all the Total War games, all the Total War series games basically, and Empire War. Those games are amazing. Even Age of Empires, I'm actually playing Age of Empires 2 basically. If you guys want to check me out there basically, I do stream on Twitch basically, twitch.tv/JK Strategist, and I do stream from Thursdays to Saturdays basically. I start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So there's that, you know. If you guys do want to check me out, you want to chill with some games, I don't really do a lot of RTS games on Twitch basically. It's a Twitch is a way for me to try to get out of like the editing world, because a lot of times YouTube is it's really hard work than Twitch, to be honest, you know, because you gotta edit videos, you gotta record, you gotta do specific dates of this and that, you know, and do all of that basically. You know, editing was hard for me at first, so so I was not really used to the YouTube like kind of industry basically, other than Twitch, which is like Twitch is like, oh, you go there, you talk to people, but majority of the time I'm doing events as well. So if you guys do want to check out like more updates on the events and more of that kind of stuff that's going to be coming up for Christmas, I'm going to be doing something for Christmas there. You can go to the link down below, description of my Discord server basically, so you guys can catch up to the next events. So how the battle went basically was pretty impressive. You know, this is the first time that I got beaten by another student basically. Well, technically I didn't really use the faction that I would have used basically, because you know me, using all these variety of RTS games, I didn't really have time to like play Medieval 2 Total War in order to understand really fully. But anyways though, like majority of the time I do have a little bit of knowledge of like how to play Medieval 2 Total War. It's kind of like it's simple with like other RTS games basically, or just like Total War games, so it wasn't so bad. I didn't really know a little bit about the other factions I haven't played before. You know, the one that I played was freaking Mongolia basically. So the Mongol Empire I used basically was heavily more on horsemen, basically more on the cavalry. It's kind of like France basically, but they kind of had faster units, kind of have more faster, and they had more higher quality of lancers basically. But you know me, I didn't really know how to play the Mongol Empire at first basically. You know, had to see like, you know, what to do basically. Like I honestly didn't know like what I was gonna expect from the Mongol Empire. I should have chosen either like Scotland, because I use that for the majority of the time, because I love Scotland's pikemen. Those are really cool to be honest, but I didn't. I wanted to try something, you know, something within like, you know, within Rectnoob's territory basically. But I used Mongolia because I wanted to go head to head with France's cavalry if I could basically. But kind of like what I said before, he used a variety of units, you know, like he used crossbowmen, he used like spearmen in the flanks, he used his heavy infantry in the front. I think he had some pikemen in the front as well, I believe, so that was like pretty good. I did not see that coming. He kind of used trebuchets, which is like majority of the time, like when it comes to like multiplayer games, I don't think a lot of people like allow that kind of stuff there. I should have told him not to use it, but you know, that's kind of my fault, not informing him. So, but it's okay though. You know, I'm glad he used a variety of units than just using like 2 or freaking 3 units. That's like better than nothing, to be honest. So it was good. I was proud of him. You know, I should have told him that, but I forgot to tell him so. Yeah, I was like impressed by what he did basically. He had a consistent amount of cavalry in the flanks basically. He was able to run down my horse archers, which I didn't really know how to use horse archers in Medieval 2 Total War, unlike in Rome 2 Total War, which is like have a different mechanic basically. You know, unlike Rome 2, like they just respond to you instantly. Medieval 2 Total War kind of takes like a couple seconds for them to respond and then to go to that direction or to that command that you've given them basically. But I was really impressed that he was able to like retain his infantry and, you know, some of his like crossbowmen at the end. So you guys will be seeing that in this battle right now basically. Yeah, if you guys do want to check out his account, I believe he's on Twitch. If you guys do want to check out him streaming, I believe you guys can check out with the link below basically. So check him out. I believe he does a lot of Total War games basically. That's one of his favorite things to do. He does a little bit of Empire War as well. You know, he's a really big fan of all RTS games. But if you guys are interested of like, you know, catching up to stream, ask him like how was the experience with me basically, then you guys can, you know. All right, without further ado, here's the footage. Yeah, man, introduce yourself to everyone.
I'm Rectnoob.
Yeah, do you have a Twitch, you know, or any other socials that you want to shout out onto the channel?
I have a YouTube and a Twitch. They're all under Rectnoob.
How much money do I have left? All right, you ready, my man?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, my dude. He's using France, I'm using Mongolia. So I'm basically gonna just be telling him like what, or I'm not gonna be telling him like anything what I'm doing. I'm just gonna commentate on what, you know, what's going on in the battlefield basically. So what we got here, he's got some pretty good knights. He's got a box formation here with some crossbowmen, pretty sufficient amount of pikemen too. Ooh, interesting. And he's got some 2 units of trebuchets. Interesting. I believe they still are. Holy shoot, dude. Nice. Oh my gosh, why are these guys going in slow motion? No! Fall back. Oh man, these guys are actually getting killed out here. Oh no, those are spearmen. Frick! Oh my gosh, I forgot those are freaking spearmen. That was good. That was good on your part, dude. Nice. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh, nice. Yeah, you actually did pretty good. Nice, dude. Implement all the heavier infantry and then you went for me. Actually, I think I put too much commitment on the heavier infantry. That might be my biggest concern. Nice, man. So you've learned a lot, dude. You were able to micromanage all your units too. I think you also made me impressed was that you actually minimized the amount of stuff you need to micromanage too. So this is actually a pretty good what was I gonna say? a good way to like be able to micromanage for beginners is to basically, you know, don't like, you know, use a lot of like, you know, sub armies. If you want to use sub armies, you guys can go for it. But what Rectnoob did was actually like, you know, minimize the amount. So for him as a beginner, he was able to like minimize the amount of like situations that he had to deal with. So that is actually pretty good, man. Yeah, man, good job on that, dude. Did you learn some stuff with the RTS session? Because we're still in beta. What'd you think so far?
I think it helped me a lot.
Nice. And what helped you a lot, my man?
Micromanaging different units.
You really did a good job, my man. And you've also told me you've been winning a lot of battles as well.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video of like me going up against Rektnoob and, you know, me being beaten by him, you know. So that was a great experience. I was actually pretty proud of him, you know. He was actually taking my word advice of micromanaging and using a variety of units. So I was really proud of that. I was really proud of him actually using, you know, those kind of like advice basically. So that was really fun. I really liked the experience. And also, if you guys do want, make sure you subscribe and like on this channel basically if you guys are interested in more of these RTS guides basically, and follow me on Twitch if you guys want more of those chill kind of games. You know, if you guys do want to catch me on Twitch basically playing Animal Crossing or just Age of Empires 2 basically, then yeah, come join me on there, ask me questions. You know, you guys can learn more about me at live basically. It's basically like a live call, so you guys can learn more about me, my story, and basically like why I do this for you guys for free right now basically, you know. And if you guys are interested of buying for some NANOLEAF basically, you guys can go to the website below basically. As you can see, I already have some right there. I kind of had to tone it down a little bit. I think it might be a little bit bright in the camera, but for me right here, it's pretty toned down, you know, but in the camera is not. So I kind of had to realize that, holy shoot, that the thing's bright as hell. So you better need some new lights instead of this one in order to like freaking like replace them basically. You know. So if you guys do use my link and purchase something there, 10% of the your purchase will be going towards supporting the channel basically. So if you guys do that, thank you so much. And yeah, that is it. Also, you guys can catch me on twitch.tv/jkstrategist. I stream every Thursdays to Saturdays. I basically start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'll see how it goes there, depending on how you know, how tired I am, because I am in school still and I'm going back to work and I got an internship. Holy shit, I got a lot of stuff to do. I mean, college, man, I mean, it's November, almost December, so it shouldn't be so bad, you know. We almost got this, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, thank you for coming out today, you know. Your contribution, or just viewing the channel, or just viewing the video in general, just really supports the channel, like in general, basically. You know, you have no idea how much that like means to me, you know. But without further ado, you guys, for the Republic, I'll see you guys next time. You have a good day.